Designers all over the world have brought design thinking to the forefront. Designers make the world innovative and fun to look at. Whether it be product, interior, or graphic design, you can find that just about everything around you was thought of and created by a designer. All it takes is a little patience, fun, and innovation. One company knows this all too well. Everyone knows of Apple and their cool, sleek design. They pride themselves on their young, personalized style and cool colors. Apple is great for figuring out what people want and how they can make it look and feel good. Providing great functionality along with form, Apple is famous for their great products, but not many people know who is behind Apple and their designs. Apple's design team has come up with many products that have completely blew its competition out of the water. With products such as the iPod and the iPad, Apple has completely turned the face of technology. The head of Apple's design team is the Senior Vice President of Design, Jonathan Ive. Ive has been with Apple for almost 20 years, and he and his Apple design team has gone on to design some of Apple's greatest and most innovative projects. Ive was born in Britain. He spent his early years studying art and design at Newcastle Polytechnic. According to the Design Museum and the British Council, he later went on to co-found Tangerine, which was a design consulting firm for many clients, including Apple, who in 1992 offered him a job. Since being with Apple, Ive has designed products such as the iMac in 1998, the iPod in 2001, the iSub in 1999, the PowerBook G4 in 2003, the iPad 1 and 2 in 2010 and 2011, and has done many more projects since. Ive won Designer of the Year in 2003 by the Design Museum. In a questionnaire with the Design Museum, Ive described his work as fanatical care beyond the obvious stuff with relentless experiments into new tools, materials, and production processes.
Seeing somebody with those sort of telltale white headphones going up from their iPod or using a PowerBook, and it's great.
If shown the picture of this swoosh, you'd know exactly what company was represented. Nike is one of the most well-known companies when it comes to branding and brand identity. In order to build a great brand and a brand identity, a company needs to find a great designer that can help them build the face of their company. For this task, Nike decided to hire graphic designer Carolyn Davidson to create the legendary swoosh that Nike is famous for. According to the design guide, the name of the company was originally Blue Ribbon Sport, but later changed to Nike after the Greek goddess of victory. Davidson was a graphic design student at Portland State University. According to the design guide, co-founder of Nike, Philip Knight, was a teacher and approached the 28-year-old. She needed some money to take a specific class, and he offered her the chance. Knight wanted a logo that would convey motion, and Davidson showed him some sketches. Being pressed for time, he chose the swoosh, even though he didn't really care for it too much. According to LogoOrange.com, he stated, "I don't love it, but it'll grow on me." Little did Knight know this logo would grow to be one of the most famous and well-known logos of all time. Davidson at the time received only $35 for her design, and continued to work for Nike for $2 an hour as a graphic designer. After leaving the company in 1983, Carolyn was invited to a dinner with Knight. He gave her a diamond-encrusted ring with the swoosh engraved in it, and also an undisclosed share of the company. Nike continues to work off Davidson's design, and now they use the Solo swoosh as the logo. One more designer who is a little more well-known is a graphic designer by the name of Saul Bass. Bass has done countless pieces in the world of graphic design. Born in 1920, the New York native won many awards for his works. As a child, he constantly drew and studied at Art Students League in New York City, and Brooklyn College as well. According to the Design Museum, Bass worked as a commercial artist who did freelance art, but later moved to Los Angeles because of creative constraints in New York. He opened his own studio in 1950. His talents reached many facets of design, from Hollywood poster design like Vertical in 1958 to the United Airlines identity in 1973. His simple use of colors and shapes were legendary and were very famous in movie title sequences and posters. According to the Design Museum, Bass won an Oscar in 1968 for the short film Why Men Create. Bass worked with some of the most famous directors in Hollywood, including Alfred Hitchcock and Martin Scorsese. Bass died in 1996 in Los Angeles, but his work will continue to inspire many graphic design artists as well as filmmakers.
Harry, do you realize you just invented the